If you want to see my progress on my 2019 Pan That palette, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène with another video, and what an experience getting ready for this video today. Today is one of my couple of days off in the week where I can pretty much do whatever I want on my face, and so I go a little bit more out there trying different things, and so today being one of those days off was no different. If you're curious about what I'm wearing, I am sporting a whole lot of Linda Hallberg or Hallberg, and I decided to go with a little bit of tousled hair and tap into my inner Linda and have a little fun. So I did Dramatic Wing and used a couple of her palettes along with this palette. So I thought I would just mention, just for a second or two, what it is that I'm wearing. If you're curious about my outer lid, I am wearing Moonwake. And it doesn't look like it, but it actually has blue in it when you put it on to your skin. It's a really neat topper. So I'm wearing that. Paired with Moonwake, I am wearing Moonwake on top of mostly Smashbox Matte Exposure, which is the Pan That palette, and then this Linda Hallberg or Hallberg palette. And I say Hallberg because she's Swedish. And I used almost everything. I used a couple of highlighters, I used this blush, I used all 4 of these shadows, and as mostly face products, but also as shadows. And she's really helping me stop thinking of eyeshadows, blushes, contour, highlighters, bronzers, and just think about it as powders for me to do with as I please, and it's been a lot of fun doing that. For everything that I'm wearing on my face, I'll put it all in the description box below, which I do for every video. You can see exactly what I've put on. The only thing is that I had a little mishap this morning. So here I am getting ready, and I get ready the same way virtually every time, some different products, but as far as the base of my face, nothing different. Well, my eye cream today, which I put on the periphery of my eyes morning and night, it's the Perricone MD Firming Eye Cream. It decided to cake my BB cream and my powder into like this raccoon eye situation. I saw it just before filming, wiped off this whole area, get ready to film. I look underneath because I've got a mirror down here, and I have the same situation going on underneath. So I stopped, I went and did underneath. I didn't start my whole face again because we have a life. But holy Hannah, was it ever a problem to just start filming today? It's not perfect, but I am not doing anything else. I got stuff to do today. But if you have had stories like that, if you're just about to head out the door or turn the camera on or do whatever it is that you need to do during the day, and all of a sudden you look one last time in the mirror and you go, I would love to hear if you have any of those moments down below. It doesn't happen to me very often, but today was like a twofer because it was above the eye, then I look back and it's below the eye, and I thought, for Pete's sake. And then because I was doing all this stuff, and I think I got a little frustrated because I wasn't sure how I was going to fix it, my eyes watered, and I wasn't crying or anything. For some reason, my eyes watered, and then all the liner on this side, poof, gone. And then I look on the other side, and there was an empty spot there too. So I want a makeup do-over today, but without the work. Anyway, I still think that the look turned out okay. I don't have anything serious to do during the day, and I'm all good. I'm just going to enjoy a little funkiness, and that's about it. Enough said. Let's get into the palette. I have to just shut up and talk about the palette now. So I have a picture of it from last time, so I will put a picture of it there, And then I have a picture of it this time, but I'll also show you on camera. And I'll show you the picture full screen right now before we get into it, because I put this ring light shining sideways so that you can really see the pan situation much better than I can possibly show you here on screen. So what you'll see is a significant dip in vanilla, a significant dip in grounded, and some progress in virtually every shadow. As was the case last time, I used this palette virtually every day, for sure vanilla every day, and there's really not a single shadow that got neglected, which is really cool. I'm using this palette for more of my base looks every day than I really thought I would initially. I thought that I would never really make any progress on the deeper shadows, but I'm actually finding that they are a great anchor color for deepening for anything else that I'm doing over top, and I'm really happy about that. I didn't really use any of the deep shadows other than Blackberry, this one today. I mostly used, like I said, vanilla and grounded. So these guys is what I used mostly today. Very happy with how it turned out. Like I said, I have a lot of Linda Halbari products on the rest of my face and in the eye. A lot of pink on the eye as well. And the black color too. I am learning how to layer on black to just deepen a color, and I think it's really cool. I'm sure a lot of folks watching are kind of eye rolling going, yeah, of course, that's just what you do. But for me, black has always been a little too out there, and I'm learning, and it's a lot of fun to try different things. So I don't really want to go over every shadow. I don't think you need to hear that. What I want to say is what my plan is. And the big thing, which it's like the elephant in the room, I did finish Buff. Like, the Buff is done. That is fantastic. I love the fact that Buff is done. It went a lot faster than I thought. I did not have to worry about the corners after having repressed it, because it was powdery enough that once I got to the corners, it just came off onto my brush really easily. And really my thought is that I want to focus on the bigger ones to finish first, because then I can use those pans as the mixer pans when I need to repress colors as they really come due for repressing. So I'm going to say I'm focusing on these guys and then these guys, pretty much. So these two pans, but I will be using other pans as I go just by default. So how do I measure my progress? Well, you saw that picture with the dips, some pretty significant dips here and there, which I think I will do every month visually because it's helpful. But I'm also measuring by weight now. I did not measure on the 1st of January when I gave you the last update, but on January 12th, I measured all my palettes by weighing them. So I took the brush out, I measured it just as is, and I was at 184 grams January 12th. I am now at 183 grams. So I'm 1 gram down. Now, saying 184 to 183 doesn't sound like a lot, but I went back and looked at the back of the palette and looked how many grams of product there is in this palette. There are 14 grams. If you look inside the palette, there are 14 shadows, but 2 of them are double size. So 14 shadows total. It means that if there are 14 grams and there are 14 shadows, 12 small and 2 big, I used more than the equivalent of 1 full shadow in this last month. And more than that for sure, because I only waited January 12th. So I had a week and a half, almost 2 weeks of use that I never got credit for gram-wise. So I could not be happier with my progress. I wish you the same if you're doing any sort of panning projects. I wish you to enjoy your palette as much as I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, I'd say 3-4 times as much as I thought. I thought this was going to be a chore, and it's not. And yeah, I wish you as much luck in your progress, and I wish you as much enjoyment of your palette as I have of mine at this point. I wish I could show you, effort and difficulty, and the reality is I'm just really enjoying using this palette, and it is such a good companion for the various other palettes that I use throughout the month. So love it, intend to continue using it as I have, and I so look forward to reporting back next month. But for now, take care.